10 people who never died and went to heaven alive. Number 1, Enoch son of Yared. Is also known as the angel Metatron. He appears in the book of Genesis. Enoch practiced the ways of purity and prayed to find the place where the book, the angel Raziel, was buried, which was given to Adam after he was expelled from heaven. After finding the book, Enoch hid in a cave where he learned from the book, and was even taken to heaven to learn the wisdom of God. After a while he was instructed to return to the earth to instill what he learned in heaven to the people. When he finished his work, he was taken back to heaven by God. He became an angel called Metatron, and he is the interior minister of God, the scribe who records the rights of the people of Israel. Number 2, Eliezer. Mentioned in Genesis as Abraham's servant. Abraham sent him to his family in Haran to find a bride for his son Isaac. It is described that Eliezer took many gifts to the bride and her family. When he arrived to Haran, he waited by a well and asked God to help him find the right bride for Abraham's family. He made a condition: the woman who will water him and his camels is the right one. And so it was. A beautiful girl named Rebekah came to the well. He asked her to water him, and so she did, and before he could ask her to water his camels as well, she already did so. He understood that she was the intended bride for Isaac. After giving her expensive jewelry, he met with her family and asked for her hand to his master's son. After Rebekah agreed to this, he accompanied her to the Abraham family home. According to an ancient Midrash, God consulted the angels about what to do with Eliezer, who was suspected by Isaac hurting Rebekah on the way. The angels told God to let him into heaven alive. Number 3, Batya. An Egyptian princess, the adoptive mother of Moses the prophet. She wanted to get away from the practices of the Egyptians who were involved in impurity and witchcraft, so she went to the Nile River to purify herself. God, who saw the goodwill of the princess to adhere to goodness and purity, chose her to be the savior of the Redeemer of Israel, Moses. When she found Moses' ark in the river, one of the maids went to fetch it, but God performed a miracle that the princess's hands would reach Moses' ark, because if the maid had reached it first, she would have killed him as ordered by King Pharaoh, who says to kill every Hebrew baby. And thanks to the fact that Batya saved Moshe from death, she got to ascend to heaven alive. Number 4, Sirach. Daughter of Asher son of Jacob. Asher remarried a woman named Dora who was special in her wisdom. Dora had a 3-year-old daughter, Sirach, who was also endowed with the wisdom of her mother. After Jacob's sons found out that their brother Joseph was still alive in Egypt and that he had become the king's assistant, they were afraid to tell their father about the news out of concern that he would die of shock or not believe them. That's why they turned to the girl Sirach and asked her to tell Jacob the good news. She chose to tell him about the news through singing and playing the harp. The girl's song made Jacob happy, so he blessed her that as she revived him, death would never come to her. Number 5, Obed-Melech. Mentioned in the Book of Kings as one of the servants of King Zedekiah who saved the prophet Jeremiah from death. Since Jeremiah's prophecies were severe prophecies about Israel, the ministers of the kingdom complained to King Zedekiah that Jeremiah's prophecies lowered the morale of the warriors. Therefore, the king let them do with Jeremiah what they wanted. They decided to throw him into a pit. When Obed-Melech heard about this, he ran to the king to inform him that Jeremiah might die in the pit. The king ordered Obed-Melech to raise Jeremiah from the pit. As a reward for his action, Jeremiah prophesies to Obed-Melech that he will not die. Number 6, Hiram, king of Tyre. Mentioned in the Book of Kings as a friend of King David and his son Solomon. Hiram sent wood and tools to David and Shlomo to build the temple, and because of this he was able to enter heaven alive. There are sources that say that when Hiram ascended to heaven, he was proud of it and therefore was expelled from there to hell. Number 7, Elijah the prophet. Mentioned in the Book of Kings during the reign of King Ahab. He was known as a zealot for God, and as a miracle worker, even raising the dead. He struggled with Ahab and Jezebel, who persecuted him and all the prophets of God. Elijah stormed up to heaven in front of his successor, the prophet Elisha. Number 8, Othniel. Mentioned in the book of Judges. After Joshua died, the people of Israel distanced themselves from God and began to worship the king of Aram Nahor. When they suffered at the hands of the king of Aram, they turned to Othniel for help, and he fought against the king of Aram and won. Later he became Israel's first judge. He got to ascend alive to heaven because he went from city to city to teach Israel Torah. Number 9, Yehoshua ben Levi. Lived in the land of Israel during the time of the Amorites. It is said that when the time of Rabbi Yehoshua's death had came, the angel of death was instructed to fulfill his wish due to his righteousness. The angel of death appeared to him and Yehoshua asked him to show him his place in heaven, and so the angel of death did. On the way there, Yehoshua asked him to give him the knife with which he kills so that he would not be afraid, and the angel of death gave it to him. When they reached heaven, Yehoshua jumped into heaven. The angel of death tried to stop him, but Yehoshua swore not to come with him. At that moment God said that since he had never broken his oaths, to let him stay in heaven. The angel of death asked him to return the knife, but he refused. Later he was ordered to return the knife back. Number 10, Yavitz. According to the book Otsar Midrashim, Yavitz is the son of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi who lived in the 3rd century. Yavitz himself is a mysterious figure, not much is known about him and opinions are divided about his identity. And as for the reason he entered heaven in his lifetime, there is no story.